Hate speech in the workplace can be manifested in different ways. First of all, I see hate speech as any form of communication, whether it's verbal or indirect or behavioral, that really has a discriminatory element to it, that it's targeting a specific individual or a particular group due to either their race or sexual orientation, age, or disability. And so the impact of that can be really profound. And so it can manifest in different ways, I think, through, verbal slurs, social media, written communication via email where something derogatory is communicated to a particular group. It could also manifest behaviorally as well, where a particular individual or a group is excluded from a particular topic. And so it can be really difficult for an individual who is a target of hate speech, because one can imagine that emotions would just be everywhere and overwhelming. So I would sort of say, first of all, is to try and remain calm, as difficult as it can be. Seek support, and we all need an ally. So I think if there's someone close that you could speak to gain the support, if safe, and I think if the individual feels comfortable, also just pointing out that what is happening is not okay, it's not acceptable. So those would be the sort of things I would say for someone who's been targeted. If you happen to be an individual who sees a scenario emerging indirectly, I think we all have a role to not be a passive bystander, but to actually speak up. I would, from a psychological point of view, recommend taking a deep breath, walking away, trying to collect your thoughts and emotions as well, finding a safe space to then figure out, have some thinking time to think about who you can speak to. Maybe for some individuals, you might need that time and a few minutes to really just think about and remind yourself of where those supportive resources are. And to really just think about how are you going to document what is happening and seek support. So one of the obvious impact could be the fact that the individual might experience a high level of anxiety, depression. Hate speech can also impact on an individual's self-esteem. And the wider effects can be that you'll end up creating a toxic environment, whether it's in the home or whether you are in the workplace. So the psychological effects can be really profound and impact on an individual's levels of functioning. So it is important that this is something that we all stand up against, this particular issue. And we all know that we have a role and responsibility to create a safe working environment, but also a safe home environment. So none of us should be silent on such an issue, but to know that we all have a role in ensuring that we have less incidences of hate speech.